There's a few themes in this chapter of chapter 6. There's also the concept of giving, right? The idea of rich and poor. And then there's also separateness. Love takes away the separateness. And then there's also the introduction of these 4 principles. And I know Gurudev said, tell the person you didn't like them. But that was in 1968. Updated version. We are way into Kali Yuga now. Do not tell somebody you did not like them. Just start being nicer. Okay, let's start with the first, what was I saying? What shall we start with first? Giving. The giving is, okay, so there was this gentleman who was very, very, very wealthy. And back in the day, when it was gold bars that they used to have that made them wealthy, that he would dig, there was a tree in his front lawn. Should have been back lawn, huh? Okay, let's make it back lawn. There's a tree in the back lawn and backyard, and he would dig a hole and he would put all the gold under the tree. Then every day he would think, is it still there? And he'd dig it out and he'd take out the gold and he'd look at it and he'll think, wow, I have so much gold. And then he'd put it back and he'd cover it up. So one day, as it so happened, somebody saw him do this and saw the gold. So while he was out during the day, they went and took all the gold. So that day he came, he dug up under the tree and there's no gold. So he starts crying and he's upset and he's weeping and he calls his friend and so the friend says, how much do you have? And he said, lots. There was all this money, gold that I had on the tree. And he said, and you were going to use it for, like, he said, no, I wasn't going to use it. Then what did you do with all the gold? I would take it out every day and look at how much I had. So the friend said, so why are you upset? Because it's gone. But you can just come here and look at the tree. You weren't using the gold anyways. Like, of course, none of y'all understand what the friend is saying because y'all are like, that's my gold. I want my gold. But if you're not using it, it's not lost. I know that's a huge shift in thinking. If you're not using it, you've not lost any. Which means what? You only have something if you're using it. So, coming back to love. You don't have it unless you are giving it. It doesn't matter how much people love us. And we can even say, look, I have 12 million people following me on Instagram. People love me so much. Look, when I have a party, so many people turn up. Look, all the comments people leave for me, so many cards, so many beautiful bouquets of flowers sent to me on my birthday. Look how much people love me. And they might genuinely be loving me. Right? Like there's a lot of celebrities who are very genuinely loved. People like Oprah, who a lot of the people on this planet feel indebted to her. Very, very genuinely loved. When they had that Friends reunion show, wow, who knew? Those 6 people really became everyone's friends. So maybe very genuinely, people are loving. But do I feel love? I will only feel the love I am giving, not what I'm getting. Very interesting thing. And that's why you'll find that a lot of these celebrities getting so much attention, getting so much love, feel very, very empty. Very often develop some kind of addiction. Because it doesn't matter how much I'm getting. That's not what I feel. I only feel what I am using. And using is the giving. The fulfillment is what I feel. What I feel will be what I am giving. And when I'm giving, I'll enjoy the receiving also. But if I'm just receiving, interestingly, I don't enjoy it. I'm not sure quite why, but this is written very clearly in the Vedas. You cannot completely take without giving. You cannot give without taking. Two sides of the same coin. And so if I am giving, I will get. And if I'm just getting and I don't give, I don't get. So what makes me rich is what I feel. And Guruji also gives this definition of rich. Guruji is he does it in the classes all the time. I think it really struck home when he was young. Guruji walks up and down the room. Y'all don't know. Okay, he does. He walks up and down the room after dinner every day. Guruji will walk up and down the room for a few minutes. His evening walk will be up and down the room. And then, people will either walk with him or stand and watch while he walks. And so one person was saying, they're giving donation to the ashram and saying, Guruji, I'm so rich. And so they're telling Guruji because they're giving this donation. All in good banter. And Guruji said, even I'm so rich. And then, of course you're rich, Guruji, was the reply. But do you know what rich means? If you know Guruji, that's exactly how he would have said it. If I need $5 and I have $5, I'm rich. Interesting way of looking at rich. So how much love do we need? How much love do we want? Actually, it's not about how much. It's about whoever's in front of me right now. Can I love them? Then I'm rich. Whoever is in front of me right now. I'm rich. No, my special someone, my parents, no. You don't need all that. Just whoever's there. So giving, and Gurudev's made it very clear. The giving is of ourselves, our kindness, our joy. This is the other thing about self-love, which didn't get recorded. We're giving. What can I give? Okay. Like sometimes okay, poets and all of that. I'll give you the moon and the stars. Can I really give you the moon and the stars? Can I? So even opportunities, right? I'll get you into the best universities, I'll get you the best jobs. Sure. But after I'm in the university, the experience I have, can you give me? So after I get the job, the experience I have, can you give me? And what actually can we give? So sure, we can give things. If I have money, I can give you diamonds and pearls, or iPhones today, who wants diamonds and pearls? iPhones and stocks, bonds, whatever I can give you. But what we really give, even in giving the item, is the way in which we give it. Which is us. So actually, the only thing we can give is ourselves. And so, if I haven't made peace with who this me is, what will I give? If I'm conflicted, I don't want to be, but I am. And I'm giving conflict only. That's what's going to emanate from me. My insecurities, that's what I end up giving the world. My insecurities. Right? So even in loving you, I'm giving you my insecurities. Because that's what I have. So then I make peace. This is me. Now what can I give you? All the good bits. And in the not so good bits, little bit polish them. You. That's actually what do we want from other people also. Today we live in a world where, so growing up, some of you all will relate to this. You looked forward to Diwali because you got new clothes. Today, do you need Diwali for new clothes? In fact, Diwali, you forget to wear new clothes because you buy your new clothes whenever you want to, whenever it's Black Storm Friday. There's no, it's a storm. You try going into those shops. Even online, everybody's sitting like this to shop on those. Then, I should love myself, so I buy myself spa treatment, I buy myself candle, I should buy myself. But what will anyone give me? I've already bought for myself everything. No, seriously, what do we give? We've already bought everything we want ourselves. And in fact, when somebody gives us, we think, oh, I don't like this flavor, I'll go change it in the shop for the flavor I want. We can only give ourselves. But when we sit and we have a conversation and we spend time with that person and they have a sense of humor or they have passion or they have, an interest in something that we have an interest in, and they have something that they're trying to figure out, and they share there, and you can be there with them in that moment, or they're sharing a memory about they did this, and you go on the trip with them, which is all the time. Every time I would make somebody talk about Gurus, then I would live that experience with them. Like Gurudev hugged them, he hugged me also. Gurudev fed them something, then I feel Gurudev fed me something. But then when we share that experience with that person, right, when they tell you what they were feeling, then we also feel that we've gone through it with them because of the power of our own mind, being able to imagine and make our imaginations real. So we're giving us the things we've read, the things we think, the things we feel, the things we believe. That's really, really what we give to each other. There might have been a time when presents were valuable, but no more, not in today's world. So, giving. So, when I give love and I'm giving of myself, then myself that's being given through the love gets purified by the love. Because love is incredibly purifying. And so all those things about me that weren't so nice, but now I'm giving of myself and I'm giving with love. Even those bits get, really, they get. The rough bits get what's the word I'm looking for? Polished. You know, the rough bit gets smoothened and the dull bits get polished. And so through my giving of myself with love, the self that I am becomes more beautiful, becomes it becomes love. For lack of a better word. So we give. And then the more we give of ourselves, this really truly enjoying who we are. So our love, our joy, our comfort, our kindness, our support, our opinions and viewpoints, perspectives. Yeah. Then, because I'm giving it and I'm not hiding it, then necessarily those walls that we sometimes put around ourselves will fall. So when we want to protect ourselves from getting hurt, then we put up these walls. Like you can come so far, but then stop there, because afterwards, if you come closer, then you could hurt me after that. So this is the immigration department. After that, no, you cannot go past that unless you have, visa. Very strict about who can come in. Sometimes people don't let anyone in. Sometimes people let very few people in. So when we do that, when we put up these walls, inside the wall, it's very lonely. And then I'm watching Netflix movies on people loving each other, but I'm feeling very lonely. But I'm only not letting them in because I've put up these walls. How will they get close to me? And then they have their walls. Not like I'm the only person on this planet who has walls. So they hit my wall, I hit their wall. Where's love in this? It can't happen. It will get stuck. The love will get stuck by the walls I put up. The love gets stuck by the walls you put up. So even my love will get stuck by my wall and won't reach you. Then I feel unloved. But my love never reached you because my wall only stopped it. So give. In my giving, I have to start making windows in the walls. I'm serious. You're laughing. If I tell you to take down that wall, y'all will never come back to my class. Taking down that wall is too scary for most of people. So make windows and then open the windows. So I feel somewhat protected, but at least some hava can go in and out. Little bit I can express myself. Little bit I allow you to see me. Not fully, only through the window. You can only see a little bit. Then make windows bigger. More I let you see. More I'm able to give through the window. Then the wall will dissolve on its own. The aim is to bring down the walls. But I promise you, if I tell you bring down the walls, you'll be like, no. So I'm not telling you. You please keep your walls. I'm telling you to make windows. One of the mistakes we make in spirituality is that step is too big. We can't take it. Make the step smaller. Take 3 steps, but take them. So I won't show you my pain. But if I make a window, I'll show you a little bit of my pain. Sometimes we don't even show our sense of humor. We don't show our talents. So many people are amazing singers, amazing, so many creative things they can do. Too shy, they won't show it. Sometimes people have phenomenal perspectives on things. So, our willingness to share ourselves. As divine beings, when Swami Vivekananda said, right? Swami Vivekananda, remember? As divine beings, the nature of divinity is effulgent. What does that mean? It means we shine. Our nature is to shine. When things shine, they get noticed. When people notice us, we get scared and put up the wall. But when we put up the wall and they can't see us shine, they feel they can't shine either. And so what Swami Vivekananda was saying is that it's our dharmic duty to shine and give everyone else permission to shine. Of course, yeah, for today. Any questions? In one of my classes, I said, when somebody compliments me and when somebody insults me, I don't have to own it. I can see it as, actually, I'm not sure which class I said what. Good luck in me remembering what I said today. But it would be when somebody compliments me, Ishwararpatam or Krishna Arpanam. And when somebody insults me also, Krishna Arpanam. That's probably kind of along the lines of what I would have said.
Right, that's that if somebody says something back to me, it will not bother me. So I don't, it's
yeah.
Like when you said that my dharmic duty is to shine. Again, if somebody praising.
If somebody praises me, I'll shine? No, not necessarily. If somebody praises me, I am shining? Affirmation? No, not necessarily. See, it's my nature, right? Divinity is my nature. So it's not something I have to do. I will shine. It's not like I'm trying to shine. Sun's not trying to shine. We'll just shine. But what I was saying today is, we put up the wall, so nobody can see us shining. So it's not about me trying to shine. It's about bringing down those walls. And then automatically I'll shine. Or they'll be able to see me shine. Yes.
similar to the wall coming down. But when do we know how much it should come down?
The wall should come down completely. Goal.
But again, maybe it's related to work. Sometimes when someone asks you, like how you said the immigration example, when we feel they're being too direct on something, that suddenly the wall comes up.
So the wall comes up because of fear, right? The wall always comes up because of fear. I believe they can hurt me. Truth is, they can't. But I don't believe that. I believe they can hurt.
I'm not thinking so much of it as fear, but like, why don't you or the person try to go and give it a try before like just getting it like in a platter or so easy sometimes. It's like you give them the roadmap, but without literally giving them everything, but they still expect sometimes to want it all. And I have hard sometimes to relate to such people.
So for those of you who are listening online, I don't know if you could hear, but and I don't need to repeat the question. From what I'm understanding, and I don't know if I have all the details correct, we have a lot of judgments, which we don't even consider them to be judgments. Sometimes we feel this is right and this is wrong, right? But actually, this is right is a judgment. This is wrong is a judgment. So sometimes we also socially conditioned, and sometimes it's our own personality. So something like in certain cultures, dressing in a certain way is considered conservative and right. Right? In other cultures, they nangoose on the beach, and that's fine. Right? And they totally comfortable. So now that's social conditioning. Socially, I have been brought up to think this way of dressing is appropriate and correct and respectful. This way of dressing is not appropriate, not respectful. But that's not a truth. It's a social conditioning. And same way in terms of a personality. As my personality, I think it's right if I da-da-da-da-da, and it's wrong if da-da-da-da-da. But that's also not necessarily a truth. It can be quite hard for us to let go of that judgment. And when we have a judgment of this is right and this is wrong, then the walls will come up when I think something is wrong. But I would still introspect on what am I afraid of? Potentially, I'm afraid of being taken advantage of. Potentially, I'm afraid of doing the wrong thing. Potentially, I'm afraid of. Because very, very often when walls come up, there's a fear. So sometimes we have to sit with it to see what the fear is. It could be some learned behavior. It could be a personality trait understanding. It could be. And then attempt to see it differently. Sometimes we need to sit with it a bit longer. Okay, yeah.
there is a way to protect ourselves without walls. If you know someone is very obviously taking advantage of something, trying to get information from you that has value, say in a work situation. For me, naturally, I'll put my work first. Like, I know you're trying to get something from me. I'll go very quiet, one word answer. But I suppose now I'm thinking I could say I can't give you that information. I mean, I guess there would be.
Yeah, there's ways to deal with situations without putting up walls.
It's easier.
Yeah, no, it's when we put up walls, we're taking it personally. So if it's a work situation and people want information from me that I shouldn't divulge as my profession or even as a business person, because then they're going to get all my profits, then man, but it's a business thing. It's not a personal thing. Right? So this is business. Yeah, I'm not giving you that. But then I don't have to put up walls, nor do I have to stop liking you. Yeah, there'll be judgment that this person's trying to take advantage, or there's judgment that I have to protect myself, or yeah, there'll be some kind of judgment. You know, we would never hold it against a lion for trying to eat us. You would? Yeah, come on, the lion's going to try and eat us. You hold it against the lion for trying to eat you?
That's what pushing the lion bars, because he knows it's going to go. If you're going to cross the boundary.
No, guys, come on. You can't hold it against the lion for trying to eat you. You can't. Even these people who go swim with sharks and then something happens, it's like, hello. Yeah, and you can't hold it against the shark. People being themselves, you can't hold it against them. But we do. But we do. And we don't want to give of ourselves to that person because we think they're taking. But what's the point of giving if they don't take? You see how weird our thinking is? It's like, that's the point of giving, so that they can take. But we don't like people taking from us. Yeah. Well, sometimes not. But we don't like people taking from us. So we feel like we should have the choice to give it or not to give it. But nature doesn't do that. The sun doesn't choose who to give to or not give to. Water doesn't choose who to give to or not give to. It's there. Anyone take. But we don't do that. We want to choose who we give to.
And so eventually then it change. And so if I'm like 50, but I don't like it. So because I am petty and I've become good at it, and then
No. I didn't say that. I said, when I accept I am petty, then I can become really good at it.
right, I become really good at it. And then in the whole time, eventually one is because I will start realizing it and try. Is that a good thing?
There's no good in that. I am what I am. If I choose to be petty, so be it. More often than not, I'll choose not to be petty. But there's no good in that. Everything serves a purpose. That's the whole point of self-love. The whole point of self-love is we have way too many judgments. And it's the judgments that are stopping us from accepting ourselves and truly being ourselves. Be, just be. Way too many judgments. Sarve bhavantu sakhinah, sarve santu niravaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukhapat bhavet, asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, Mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Hari Om.